watching MVBN, the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Maury Stein along with Jeff Stivers. As we begin the second round of District 28 5A, South San comes into the contest with a perfect 7-0 record in district play. Medina Valley 5-2. South San overall 17-8. Medina Valley overall 11-10. And this is a week for the Panthers, who tonight visit South San but then host Southwest. Both of those two teams are the two teams that have put the blemish on the Panthers in District 28 5A. Therefore, the 5-2 record. But this will be a great week, Jeff, to redeem themselves, get some revenge. So we're going to call this Revenge Week for the Panthers. And hopefully after this week, the Panthers will be 7-2. South San will have a loss. Southwest will have at least 2 losses, and Medina Valley gets right back in
to the middle
playoff,
of
to the first place district championship.
One thing Dwayne and I talked about Friday night in Eagle Pass was that the Panthers are not in control of their own destiny.
No.
And they have to have some help along the way. But you know what, Maury? It really doesn't matter if you don't take care of your own business. And that starts tonight. So you can call it Revenge Week. I'm going to call it Status Week, because right now is where you can help your status or not help your status. And that meaning if you lose, the best you can finish is probably second. But you'd have to have somebody help you. If you win tonight, now you're in control of your destiny for a second place finish,
right.
Which, you know, when you start talking about playoffs and how you position, you don't want to be that 4th seed, because you're going to go play, who would we go play, 29? Probably go to 29, which would be the champion out of that South Texas district. You know, you don't want to go down there and have to play Ray or whoever it may be coming out of Corpus Christi area.
I don't want to have to go down there because I don't want to travel that far.
Yeah, so you can't worry about that at the end. You've got to worry about that right now, because if you let that affect you right now, it'll be hard at the end of it to try to catch up. So take care of what you can take care of, and that starts tonight.
Well, and tonight, Jeff, you win the game tonight. You come out of here 6-2. The big game will be the next one coming up. You can give Southwest their second loss of the season and be dead tied with them head-to-head and split. Then you control your own destiny kind of that way out, because you got your top 2 teams out of the way.
Yeah.
You should be okay. But, as you know, it does not matter. You know, this team this year, Jeff, more than any Panther team, is so Heckle and Jekyll that one or 2 innings they can look good.
It does. I mean, let's be honest.
Young.
They can look good for 6 innings.
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
just like against South San the first time they played them, which was a
Southwest, same thing.
Yeah, I mean they both were losses. You were in that Southwest game until the last inning, and you gave up a crooked number. So that's the Heckle and jive you're speaking of, is the single inning. The last time we played South San, they had a 1 inning, they had a 1 run, they had a 2 run. It was 3-0 or 3-1, and then all of a sudden it's a 7-run inning and it's out of reach.
Yep.
So keys to the game. I mean, you're going to have to keep this game tight. Medina Valley doesn't score a lot. Okay, they do have trouble scoring the ball. Now, they're also where it all starts is in the circle. If you don't have a good pitching performance, and from what I understand tonight, we're going to see every pitcher on the staff tonight. I understand that that's coach's game plan, is to, you know, keep South San bats off balance. Try to use every pitcher in your arsenal. If you don't score runs, though, that's not going to matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So you're going to have to score runs. You're going to have to play well in the circle, and you're going to have to keep South San run-ruled every team they played in first round of district, I believe. So one way or the other, you're going to have to make sure you do it. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, Maury, as they're introducing here, and we'll come back and fill everybody in on what's going on. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Getting a little quick start here as Coach Quinteo will send up for the Panthers Morgan Castiglione, leading off and playing left field. The extra hitter, batting second, Elisa Reyna. Batting third, the second baseman, Aubrey Dominguez. Batting fourth and inside the circle, Alyssa Montez. Batting fifth and playing first base, Mackenzie Kennedy. Batting sixth and catching, Kaylee Upton. Batting seventh and playing right field, Madison Camacho. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, Kinley Crisp. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Elena Gonzalez. And in the 10th spot, the flex player, the third baseman, Ariel Chichester. Inside the circle for the Bobcats tonight will be Perez. Behind the plate, Alvarado. From first to third, Martinez at first, Pulga at second, Suarez at third, Olvera at short, Robles in left, Lackey in center, and Elias in right field. And, Jeff, you had mentioned the keys to the game, and I got to agree with you, all of them. The biggest key that I see, and you mentioned it, the Panthers need to score. They need to get ahead and score. And, you know, if you're going to have a rotation inside the circle,
well, yeah.
If that's the game plan, you got to throw strikes.
You got to throw strikes, and you got to play defense. Now, the keys to the Panthers scoring runs are going to be this one right here. Morgan Castiglione needs to continue being hot and staying on base. But then you're going to have things work in your direction to get to Mackenzie Kennedy, who's one of the area leaders in home runs. So you got to get to Kennedy. You got to get to you got to have Dominguez. You got to have some of these big bats that got to start working for you, especially when runners are in scoring position.
So Castiglione, the lefty, leads off for the Panthers. Fouls off the first pitch, falls behind 0-1. Yeah, Castiglione has been your prototypical leadoff batter this year for the Panthers. She has done her job leading off. Takes that pitch, swings and misses for strike two. No balls and 2 strikes. And what we saw from –
do you have the old game?
I think I do right here, Jeff.
Yeah, we can look and see what we all did against them.
Have to let me go through it here.
0-2 pitch, taken outside.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to count. That's exactly what we did. As Castiglione will.
So she reached twice on errors.
Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So your big hitters, though, the Kennedys, the Montezes, Kinley Crisp has been hot as of late. Those batters have got to keep swinging the hot stick to have a chance tonight.
So Perez with the 2-2 pitch. Castiglione with a slap down third base, but foul. Count holds now at 2-2.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Let's go ahead. What we did mention was look at Old Glory out there.
Blowing straight in right now.
Yes, and hard. It's been blowing hard all day.
Yeah. And that's actually out of the south. That's out of the kind of the southeast, if my directions are correct.
Foul ball out of play. So what I was going to say is anything up in the air, you have to be careful.
Could be trouble.
And I want to mention Old Glory flying at half mast because of the tragedy, in
Nashville, Tennessee.
once again. So our hearts and prayers go out to the families and
Everybody affected.
everybody that's been affected by that.
The also, Maury, we do have – let this pitch go.
Foul
we do
back.
have
2-2.
tonight, both of our soccer teams are in action tonight. The girls are playing Bernie Champion over at Gus Stadium, and the boys are playing Leander over in New Braunfels at Canyon High.
Those are all playoff
That's
games.
the area round, second round of the playoffs. So we wish them well, and if
And
anybody's got any scores for
If
us,
they're listening out
let us
there
know.
to us, keep us informed on what's going on.
I think I know a few people at those games.
The 2-2 pitch.
Yep,
Outside corner, strike called.
pretty good pitch there.
And Jeff Castiglione fouled off 3 2-strike pitches, and that one just right on the outside part of the plate for the put-out for out number 1. It's going to bring up the extra hitter, or at least Arena.
Yeah, but that's when you chalk up to, South San. You got to win those battles. And that was a good battle, but you got to win them.
So righty versus righty matchup here, and that ball is fouled down the third base line, 0-1. 2 batters in a row now, Jeff. Perez has thrown the first strike pitch. That's key also.
Getting ahead.
So no balls and 1 strike to the second batter in the lineup for the Panthers. Reyna awaits the 0-1 pitch. Foul back, 0-2. That's the second batter in a row that Perez has been ahead in the count, 0-2.
Good pitch location again, up and in. Nothing Reyna could do with that pitch.
No balls, 2 strikes. Just the second batter into the contest tonight. The 0-2 pitch, foul back. Count holds it 0-2. The Panther baseball team is at home tonight. That would be video only.
Audio.
Audio only.
And the new computer is in. I started setting it up this weekend, but I ain't finished yet. So it will be, by next week, we will have video for both again.
The 0-2 pitch is down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. You didn't have nothing to do this weekend. Where did you go that was so important?
Made a little trip to Phoenix, Arizona.
What's
for
in
some minor
Phoenix
league baseball?
What's in Phoenix, Arizona besides, that corner where everybody wants? No, that's not in Phoenix,
That's
is
not
it?
Phoenix, nope.
The 1-2 pitch.
Change up.
Hit to the third baseman. Suarez fumbles it, then throws it away off the second base.
And
the throw in is not in time. Good base
hustle.
running by the Panthers.
That was one of those, oh, no. Oh, yeah, go.
So E5 they're scoring for.
Yeah, you could almost
the Panthers.
You could almost give her 2 errors there. You could give her an error on the field and then an error on the throw. But 1 error.
And that's
because she did take 2 bases.
Absolutely.
So when you take 2 bases, you usually get 2 errors out of it.
So Dominguez now steps to the plate with a runner in scoring position in Reyna, and that's all you got to do is put the ball in play.
Well, and this is what we talked
Strike
about.
called.
So you've got
0-1.
the meat of your order now coming up, your RBI machines. Once again, Reyna gets ahead. First pitch.
Perez, actually.
Perez, sorry.
The 0-1. Squares around the bunt. Suarez charging. Throw over to first is in time. It's the second baseman, Pulga.
Safe.
Oh, they called her off the plate.
Off the bag, yep.
Off the bag. Wow.
Yeah, I guess this is part of the game plan. 3-hole hitter bunting, and she got on base.
Well, we say runs will be a premium against Perez. Panthers are playing small ball here as Montez steps to the plate, and Montez has a chance to help her own cause as she will start for the Panthers inside the circle. But runners at the corners with Reyna and Dominguez.
Now if you're the Panthers, if you're the batters, you've been standing over there in the circle, you've been standing over there in the dugout, you've got to see that she's thrown first pitch strikes.
And there it is again, is a swing and a miss to Montez. And the official score here credited Dominguez with a base hit on that play. So the Panthers have a hit in the ball game. So runners at the corners with one out.
Panthers keeping the pressure on offensively.
Montez waits the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And, Jeff, that one was a little off and high.
Yep.
Montez a little bit over-aggressive with that.
Yeah. And on deck, you've got one of the area leaders in home runs, one of your RBI threats, Mackenzie Kennedy. But you'd like to give her a swing with less than 2 outs.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. As Perez just bowed her back there.
Yeah.
Second strikeout of the inning for out number 2.
Really good pitches there. Not only were they good
And
pitches,
Jeff,
Maury, she went right back to it. And if you're Montez,
what was the count?
Yeah.
0-2.
0-2, and she went right back to it because she saw her chase that first one the second pitch that she threw. She went right back to it. That's the mark of a good pitcher. If you're gonna live there, if you're gonna watch them make mistakes, you need to be able to reenact those mistakes.
Now Kennedy steps in with the same runners at the corners with 2 outs. Power versus power right here. First pitch, low, 1 ball and no strikes. Do you be cautious with her? And I know first base ain't open, but second base is.
No.
Pitch out with two outs?
Absolutely. Wind's blowing in. Yeah, I'm going after her. I mean, you're right now you're 7-0 in district, and you've ruled everybody.
Except Medina Valley.
I'm going right after her.
Inside and high, 2-0. Good eye there by Mackenzie.
But it looks like right now she's being a little cautious.
That's the first batter that she ain't thrown 2 straight strikes to.
Yeah.
Now, they've been close.
No, and that's probably by design. You don't want to let her get her arms extended and get something out over the plate.
The 2-0 delivery. And that's a strike called over the outside. Jeff, that was good location. That was something that Mackenzie couldn't have done anything with if she'd have chased it.
Yeah. Good pitch.
2-1 now.
One thing we've noticed about Perez, is it?
Yes.
Is that she is in control of her location.
The 2-1. Low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Now I don't see anything close to a strike here. Upton waits on deck in the 6th spot.
I think sometimes you think too much like a major leaguer. If I'm South saying I'm throwing her a strike.
Well, I didn't
early.
say.
I know what you mean.
You can't groove her right down the middle.
It ain't going to be right down the middle, but it'll probably be on that outside corner again. Nope, inside.
3-1. That fills out the count now.
And she offered at it.
As that should put Dominguez in motion at first. Full count pitch, payoff pitch now coming to your RBI leader here for the Panthers. Perez gets a sign from the dugout, checks the wristband. The pitch is foul back, out of play. Good location, but a great job by Kennedy of fouling that pitch off. Keeps this at bat going for the Panthers as they threaten here in the top of the first. Runners still at the corners with 2 outs. The payoff pitch, foul back.
And you know what? Kennedy missed that one. That was a mistake. And we talked about early in the broadcast about mistakes. You've got to be able to hit the mistakes. And that was a mistake right there. She got that one a little bit elevated in the zone, which is one that Mackenzie normally could handle.
But she got enough of it to keep this at bat going. She's fouled off 2 full count pitches. Waits for the 3rd. Check swing. They're going to ask if she went. No way.
Yeah, she didn't hardly get it off her shoulder.
So ball 4, walk, loads the bases for the Panthers. That's going to bring up the catcher, Kaylee Upton.
But like you said, Maury, she, as a pitcher and as a competitor, she may have been a little bit more cautious there. I mean, the girls read the stats. They know what's going on. The coaches know what's going on. So, yeah, they may have been a little cautious there with their pitch calling. Do have some scores. Medina Valley girls are down 3-0 at the half. in soccer playoffs, and the boys are actually winning 1-0. Both are at the half. So
first pitch to Upton is a strike called, 0-1. Great at bat there by Kennedy. She fouled off two-strike pitches, got a base on balls to load the bases. So we have Reina Dominguez and Kennedy at the plate for Upton.
big at bat right here for Upton.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike call. Wow, that looked like that was a little up in the zone, but first two pitches.
There you go. I mean,
first two strikes.
They're not scared of Upton. They're going right after her. You know, they were a little cautious with Kennedy, and rightfully so, the way she's been hitting the ball.
Perez checks the pitching chart. The 0-2 pitch, up in the zone, 1-2. I was going to say.
I thought that's what that was.
I was going to say, and I don't want to say nothing because I don't want nobody to be listening because I don't want to sit through a lightning delay, but there was lightning.
There was a flash over there.
I thought it might have been somebody at Lackland Air Force Base. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts as the Panthers leave the bases loaded here in the first inning. No runs, 1 hit. Jeff, the same bugaboo for the Panthers. 3 left on base. We're through half an inning. Panthers scoreless. South Sand coming to the plate. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations. Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
MVBN.
Texas. 268,000 square miles and then some. Twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. You can take that to the bank. Texan Bank. Poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Coach Castillo filled out his lineup card as he will descend to the plate. Davila, Olvera, and Alvarado, the top 3. Middle 3, Perez, Lackey, and Robles. Bottom 3, Suarez, Martinez, and Elias. Designated player Kendra Davila will lead off, a lefty for the Bobcats here. As the Panthers stranded, the bases loaded, had an opportunity to jump on Perez early, and let's see if that doesn't come back. Well, it's going to come back to haunt the Panthers regardless because you needed to score some runs there, Jeff, in that situation. You had a runner at third with 1 out and could not bring her in.
Even if it's 1 run, you needed to score that 1 run.
First pitch, squares around, pulls the bunt back, but takes the pitch for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Chichester's charging in hard from third base.
Yeah, this little girl, Kendra, and a lot of our girls have played with her over the years. Yeah, Kendra Davila.
The 0-1 pitch, right at Chichester. Chichester feels it. Strong throw over to Kennedy at first for the putout.
That's one of her teammates, Ariel Chichester.
5-3 if you're scoring at home for out number 1. That's going to send to the plate the shortstop, Danielle Olvera.
With the Lady Bobcats, shortstop number 2, Danielle Olvera.
Good pitch there.
Ball
Misses
1.
Inside.
Olvera scored 2 of the 8 runs for the Bobcats in the previous meeting. Walked twice and came around and scored on both of them. Takes that pitch low. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch outside, 3 balls and no strikes.
Well, and she didn't get that call because the catcher was set up inside.
Three balls and no strikes. Bottom first, squares around.
That one wasn't even close.
4-pitch walk issued by Montez as Olivera, will go to first. With one out, now the catcher, Catalina Alvarado, steps to the plate.
Catalina Alvarado.
Oh, Catalina was 3 for 3 with a walk last game.
Lead that one into right field. Right fielder in and makes the play. Throw to first, not in time, but a great job out there by Camacho. As that retires Alvarado. F9 as that wind held that ball up in the outfield. Carried it away a little bit from Camacho. Good job coming in hard. Now the pitcher, Jocelyn Perez, steps to the plate.
She was 2 for 3 with a walk in the last game.
Pitches from the right side, but is batting from the left his first at bat. Takes that first pitch in tight. Ball 1 ball and no strikes.
Wouldn't be shocked to see him put base runner in motion here. You got your 4-hole hitter up, get her in scoring position.
Ball 2 balls and no strikes.
I say that as she throws ball 2. Now I don't think I'm that anxious. Probably wait till you get a strike.
Well, that would have been a good pitch because that pitch was low and outside. That would have been a perfect one to steal on. The 2-0 pitch, the same spot, 3 balls and no strikes.
Now this is where Medina Valley gets in trouble. Not throwing strikes. And it all starts with that first pitch. If you could work to where you could throw that first pitch over.
3-0 pitch.
Oh, green lighted.
And that ball is fouled down the third base line. I like the call from the coach. Hey, got your number 4 hitter up there.
Well,
give her the green light.
He knows his girls. He knows if they'll swing at good pitches or not.
And that was a good pitch. The 3-1 pitch now, and that ball is lifted down third base side, but foul. As now the count is full now. As Olvera should be in motion here with the full count pitch with 2 outs. See if Montez can come all the way back here. The payoff pitch is outside, ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning. Olvera at second, Perez at first.
All right, with runners on first and second, 2 outs.
See if we're going to have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Courtesy runner is number 1 for the Bobcats.
Pitch running for the Bobcats will be number 1, Sophia Posadula.
And this is, who do we got batting here, Maury?
Batting now is the center fielder, Leah Lackey.
Leah Lackey. She was 1 for 4.
So Sophia
1 for 4 in the last
B
game.
steps in and is a courtesy runner at first with 2 outs. 2 runners on. First pitch to Lackey is down low. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2 runners on have both been walks. And now we're going to get a visit to the mound by Coach Winteo. Panthers do have someone warming up out there. It looks like number 52 for the Panthers, Miranda Juarez. I'm not too sure if she's throwing to a catcher or if she's just warming up with someone else, but it looks like she's in the windup warming up out there. So Juarez looks like might be the first Panther that comes into the game should Montez struggle anymore here in the first.
She did a good job against them in her outing last time she pitched. She gave up a couple of singles, but I think she didn't give up any runs.
The 2-0 pitch, that ball is lifted to the second baseman. Dominguez camps under it for the out. F4 if you're scoring at home for out number 3. For South Sound in that inning, no runs, no hits, 2 left on base. Through 1, we're scoreless. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
Nobody can design, create, or maintain your lawn better than 3D Landscaping and Irrigation. With over 17 years of experience, owner Ray Doyen and his crew take pride in their craftsmanship and service. They're fully insured, offer free estimates, and multiple references, so you know you're getting the best. 3D does landscaping, lawn maintenance, irrigation, tree installation, lighting, and more. Whether it's residential or commercial, 3D Landscaping and Irrigation has you covered. Give 3D a call at 830-985-9115 or find us online at threedlandscaping.com.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Scoreless through one as we head to the top of the second.
Yeah, and real quick, Maury, we got a few new advertisers that came on board this week, namely the Rusty Rooster drive-thru. Make a quick stop on your way home from work or drop by on the weekend to grab some beverages without ever leaving your truck. The Rusty Rooster is the place for quenching your thirst from sunup to sundown. After all, anything goes till the rooster crows.
Panthers will send to the plate here, Madison Camacho. She bats from the left side. Camacho, Crisp, and Gonzalez for the Panthers. 7, 8, and 9. The 1-0 pitch to Camacho. 2 balls and no strikes. Madison with a kind of a strange grip on the bat as her hands are apart
that's those
a little bit.
Those slappers, they like to control that bat.
The 2-0 pitch is outside. Wow, Perez with the bottom of the lineup now has thrown 3 straight balls to Camacho, as Suarez is about a quarter of the way in at third. Martinez stays even at the bag at first. The 3-0 pitch. Strike call, 3-1. Now if I'm Camacho here, Jeff, I may take again with a 3-1 count.
I mean, she's a freshman.
Now we have a timeout called.
Oh, I'm sure he's already questioning the substitution stuff. We're going to get this a whole bunch throughout the game. As we all know, Coach Monteo likes to move those kids around and substitute freely. What is she listed as?
She's just listed in the 7th spot as the right fielder.
Okay. So
she's not batting in any other place but hers in the lineup.
I'm not sure what the question is then.
Now, whether they have the same
lineup
sheet as we have, I don't know. Are they questioning something that she's wearing? Or, yeah, something's with the bat they're changing.
No idea.
No idea what that is all about.
Well, you know, the Coach Castillo may have screwed up there, because if it's an illegal bat, he said it a little too early.
Yeah, I'd have waited till the at-bat was over.
If you get a hit or something,
then it's an out.
Then it's an out.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's an ejection. So he may have jumped the gun there, but you know, the other thing is the officials.
Well, they're taking it completely out.
Yeah, well, the officials
and
check
usually
the bats
they go
before
through
the game.
exactly.
So if that's an illegal bat, that's on. You know, the officials are they've made a mistake, because their responsibility before the game is to check all the equipment.
Yeah, that at bat has been taken out of the dugout completely now.
I wonder if it's one of those that.
But, Jeff, you're correct. If they let her finish that at bat and she happens to get on base, then you go back and question the bat. That's an out.
That's only if you hit the ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only if you hit it. If you make contact, then it's an out. And it's an ejection because you've used an illegal piece of equipment. Now, with that being said, my argument would be, as the coach, well, wait a minute. How is that illegal?
If they were supposed to have checked it.
You were supposed to have checked the bats already before the game, and so he did write something down. I guess it must be a warning or something.
So now we're back in play with a 3-1 count as Camacho leads off here for the Panthers in the second, scoreless.
And there is a type of bat that's illegal in UIL, and that may have been that bat.
3-1 as she bunts through it. Three
I knew-
balls and
I
2
figured
strikes.
something like that would be coming. With her speed, she's going to try to get on base any way she can.
So now the payoff pitch coming as Perez battled back from a 3-0 count to fill up the count now. And the pitch, ground ball but foul down the third base line. Count holds at full.
She's just fighting that one off, trying to see another one, and had a couple of walks the last inning from the pitcher.
Three-two pitch, foul back. Count still holds now at full.
Yeah, Maury, the weather was beautiful in Phoenix this weekend. High in the low mid-70s, lows in the high 50s.
3-0 pitch, foul back once again. 3-2 pitch, that's the third foul
and
pitch.
So let's go back to the last slapper that she faced. Remember, Morgan Castiglione fouled off a lot of pitches,
Yep.
and she kept true to what she was doing as a pitcher. She's kept attacking that outside corner. I bet she does the same thing right here, and Camacho's going to have to keep fouling those off.
Perez with the pitch.
Yep.
Strike call, same pitch that she got Castiglione on to strike out.
And if you're watching the game, you're seeing those kind of things. Those are those little games inside the games that we always talk about playing.
The 4 outs have all been strikeouts for Perez. That's going to send up the shortstop, Kinley Crisp.
Kinley. Mm-hmm.
Gonzalez waits on deck. First pitch to Crisp. Check swing. No go. Palms down at first. 1 ball and no strikes.
Wow, that looked like a strike anyway. Yeah, that's
The
what
pitch location looked more like a strike than the
That's what
swing.
I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't think she swung at it or
No.
she offered at it, but I thought it was close enough to call a strike.
The 1-0 pitch. Strike called, 1-1.
I'll tell you what I like about this pitcher is she stays true to what she wants to do. She's going to keep attacking the outside corner, the inside corner, wherever it is, and she's going to keep attacking it, knowing where she can establish that strike zone. Is it further out? Is it a little in? She keeps putting it there. Well, she is changing her grip right now, so maybe some kind of off-speed pitch coming.
The 1-1 pitch.
As it was.
In on the knees, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Looks like she tried a little screwball there. Running it back in the hands of Chris, but it missed little too inside.
Kinley waits the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, that one she just wasn't ready
Gonzalez
for.
waits on deck. Scoreless here in the top of the second. Medina Valley stranded 3 in the top of the first. South San stranded 2. So 5 runners stranded through 1 inning. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, holds off, fills up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Boys soccer is tied 1-1 now, Maury. Boys soccer. They're tied 1-1 in their playoff game with Leander.
Perez with the stare in. Full count pitch. Ground ball to third to Suarez. Foul ball. Throw over would have been in time, but it was fielded in foul ball territory.
I don't know why, Maury, but we lost camera, but
As
we're bringing it back.
Kinley went into the dugout, but they did not realize that the umpire called it foul. But she'll come back out. I didn't touch anything.
That was a foul ball.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ginther, for telling me the camera went off. I have no idea why the camera shut off, but we're back.
So Kinley will step to the plate now, once again facing a full count pitch from Perez. And the pitch. Inside, strike called. 5 strikeouts now for Perez, as that was a strikeout looking for out number 2. So the center fielder now, Elena Gonzalez, steps to the plate. The third lefty in the lineup for the Panthers tonight. First pitch, right off the face mask of the umpire, 0-1. Jeff, I don't know if you remember when we were at Tejeda Stadium and the camera just went off again. It's going on and off.
What is going
and
on?
I am not close to anything, so.
I don't know why it's going off. We're going to try to get this fixed. We've got battery. Battery level low. Exchange battery.
The 0-1 pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know what?
We got a power strip. Why should it be showing low? Unless you got it on the bottom of that power strip, because the bottom one does not work. If you have it hooked to the bottom, it's not going to work on the bottom one, but one strike now. Now I do. I don't know what that was all about. Why would that kill the volume?
I don't know. 2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Scoreless here in the top of the second.
I don't know what's going on here.
Gonzalez awaits the 2-2 pitch from Perez. It's on its way. Ball is lifted into shallow left field. Left fielder over a couple of steps in Robles and makes the play. F7 if you're scoring at home for out number 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We're through 1.5 scoreless. Panther softball will continue here in just a moment.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Willing to accept the responsibility that you have to protect this team and this school and this town. And make no mistake about it, gentlemen, we are in the business of protecting this town.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the second. South San will send to the plate Robles, Suarez, and Martinez. 6, 7, and 8. Robles takes that pitch for a strike. Montez back out there for her second inning of work.
Sorry about that, everybody. Whoever hooked up all this equipment forgot to plug the camera in.
Tanya.
Yeah, blame it on her.
The 0-2 pitch. As Robles falls down in the count. Couple of practice swings, now steps back in. Montez with the 0-2 pitch. Ball is lifted in the center field, and that was a mistake. Too much of the plate there with an 0-2 count. As a leadoff single there.
It's 0-2.
That is their first hit of the ball game.
And as good as Reyes is about not giving in with an 0-2 count, you know, we've got to learn as a staff. I mean, the Medina Valley pitching staff has got to learn 0-2. You don't want to throw anything over any white part of the plate.
Third baseman Suarez steps to the plate. Swinging, fouled it back, 0-1.
It's a good job of the last 2 batters, though, of getting out there and getting ahead. So good job by Montez. We just got to figure out the 0-2 count. 0-2, 1-2, same.
The 0-1 pitch, check swing high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leadoff single here in the scoreless second, in the bottom of the second. The 1-1 pitch is in tight, 2 balls and 1 strike. Light's taking a little bit of effect here as sunset has already been, and we're starting to get a little darker, and that ball is lifted down the first base line, but the wind will take it foul. Evens the count at 2-2. And Jeff, I wasn't in Eagle Pass when the Panthers routed the Mavericks Friday. That ball is lifted in the left field, but it will be foul. The count stays at 2-2. I'm just looking at the Panthers out here in the field. Did Dominguez play second base in Eagle Pass, or
no?
Okay.
No, this is a different lineup.
Okay. 2-2 pitch. That ball is lifted in center field. Castiglione to her left and makes the play.
That's actually Gonzalez out there in center field.
Oh, excuse me. Yes.
That was another change.
That's
so you
Elena Gonzalez. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, you got her in center field this time, where she has been playing shortstop.
That is a fly out for the first out of the inning.
Your corners are the same. Your catcher's the same. Crisp has moved back over to shortstop.
Kiara Martinez is short. The first baseman now steps to the plate. That ball gets by Upton, throws it into the center field. The runner will go to third and slide in. And Jeff, you know the runner was done there. You gotta eat that ball.
Yep.
So a stolen base and then an error has Suarez at third base with 1 out. The 1-0 count now to the first baseman, Kiara Martinez. The 1-0 pitch, check swing, foul down the first base line. And the Panthers, Jeff, actually, I want to say they didn't get a break, but the ball got by Upton and it went off the umpire, and it got it back to Upton. But I kind of wonder if it didn't kind of hurt the Panthers because he ended up throwing it anyways into the center field. Ball is lifted down the first base line, but foul. If it would have went all the way to the backstop, maybe we'd still have a runner at second, as Upton wouldn't have had a play at second. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Martinez with 1 out. Runner at first is Robles, reached on a single, stole second, and then a throwing error got her to third. 1-2 pitch, popped up to Kennedy.
And that was a good pitch there, Maury, as she went in on the hands and kept it in tight, and she couldn't do anything with it. Good pitch there.
Big at bat there for Montez inside the circle.
That's a big out.
As we head to the number 9 hitter,
Batting next for the Lady Bobcats, right fielder, number 7, Trinity Elias.
Trinity Elias steps to the plate now for the Bobcats. First pitch to Elias is in tight, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes.
Let's see, and Elias here, let me see. She didn't bat. She was the flex player and played in right field last game with no official at-bats.
1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1.
Now, this is one you want to go right
Absolutely.
after. You know, because the top of the order is up after this, right?
Yes.
That's Kendra over there.
So let's see if Montez can strand another runner in scoring position as that pitch is swung out and fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now.
Go right at her.
No.
Yes.
No.
Number 9
not.
hitter, absolutely.
Nowhere over the white for the next 2
Well,
pitches.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you throw it 10 feet out
there you
of the
go.
play.
She got her. Good.
Right over the middle for strike 3.
That was elevated.
So no runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. We head through 2 scoreless. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Willing to accept the responsibility
at the Chevrolet
that you
Dealer
have
of
to
the
protect
Year,
this team,
North Park
this
Chevrolet
school,
in
this
Castroville.
town.
Get
And
a
make no
new
mistake
silver-
about it, gentlemen. We are in the business of protecting this town.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the third. Panthers will send to the plate 1, 2, 3.
And Maury, from here on out, the third inning sponsor is going to be the Sunrise Restaurant, located at 510 West Main Street in Uvalde, Texas. Stop by on your way through Uvalde for some good home-cooked meals. We do special events and catering also. Daily lunch specials and a great family atmosphere. They are supporting Coach Monteo and the Panthers softball season.
Castiglione grounded to shortstop, and it's going to be an error on Olvera. She charged it in but could not keep the glove on the ground, so Castiglione reaches base on an E6. Any way you can get on. That's going to send Elisa Reyna to the plate. Reyna reached on an error by the shortstop her first at bat, but was stranded at third base. Got great speed at first. First pitch from Perez, ground ball foul down the third base line.
Now, you know, I don't know, Maury, in there swinging away. This is your two-hole batter. You got your leadoff batter on. Maybe think about a little bunt here. You know, they were attacking that third baseman earlier with some of their bunts. Wouldn't be shocked to see it here again.
The 0-1 pitch.
Maybe that's why we didn't bunt.
Bunted right through it, 0-2.
You gotta try to advance that runner somehow. You try to hit behind the runner. You're trying to do something. Now with an 0-2 count, try to make something happen.
Just want to make contact. As Reyna digs back in, open stance, closes it, and the 0-2 pitch is low, ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Castiglione at first via the error by the shortstop. The 1-2 pitch. That ball is lifted in the infield. First baseman calls it, and they're going to call Castiglione out. And that was, you know.
Yeah.
And Jeff Martinez played that to a T as she kept riding Castiglione all the way to the base.
They're both out.
That doesn't make it a dead ball on the interference?
No, they're both out. Matter of fact.
Let's see. Yes. Well.
No.
I don't know.
They should both be out.
Well, no, they're going to give – you can't give the batter first base on a pop-up that would have been an out.
But it was caught.
Yeah, that was an out. That would have been an out if you let the play go on.
But it was still caught.
I know. I don't understand how she can be on first base. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know that I've ever seen anything like this.
But Castiglione just got a couple steps. She was going back on the base, and Martinez actually rode her all the way to the base.
Right.
I mean, they
were bumping.
She didn't have to do it, but would you consider that's a heads-up play, I would guess?
I don't think either one of them did either one of the things intentionally. I think
I don't know.
To
me, it sure looked like Martinez insinuated the contact.
Yeah, but Martinez was trying to get to the ball, and you cannot block the defender from getting to the ball.
Totally understand that.
So it is Castiglione's out, but now the question I have is, how are they giving her first base? Is it the ball was caught, was it not, sir?
Yes, it was
caught.
The
ball was caught.
In foul ball
territory. So unless they're saying it was, even if they're saying it was a dead ball,
then she should come back and bat. Yes,
that's and I think that's probably what Coach Castillo is saying. Wait a minute, they're both out.
At least one out, and I don't see how she gets first base.
Exactly. I don't know.
Now, somebody can explain that to me. Don't explain it to me now because I don't understand. And the coach at first is trying to tell the first base umpire, hey, she could have got around her very easily instead of running right into her and kind of riding her to first base. So I'm not sure.
I'm saying –
I think somebody might be Googling it in the dugout for South Bend because another coach, all three coaches just came out.
Yeah, I mean, there's how can she be on first base unless you're saying it was interference on the I don't know. I don't know.
Blue, what do we got? Out. Runner's out. Thank you, sir. The runner is out. The batter is safe.
I still don't understand it.
How is the batter safe on a foul ball?
That was caught.
Hey, we'll take it. Okay, so we have one out.
It's only one out. So
one out.
So what do you give her to get on base? A fielder's choice? I don't know.
I guess a fielder's choice, maybe.
In foul ball territory?
Yeah.
That ball is hit hard but knocked down by Martinez at first.
Nice play down there at first base.
Good play there by Martinez, keeping that in the infield. 3 unassisted for out number 2. First ground out of the inning, of the ball game for the pitcher Perez. That's going to send Montez to the plate. Montez struck out for the second out of the inning in inning number 1.
Well, so we have the first bad news of the evening, Maury. The girls' soccer season is over as they have fallen to Bernie Champion by a score of 4-0.
Wow.
So, hey, congratulations.
But exactly.
You know, great season for the soccer team. You know, they do have a lot of girls coming back again next year. They're young.
Very young team.
Yeah. So, a lot of good young athletes at Medina Valley right now.
Montez fouls off the pitch, 0-1. Reyna at second base with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch is high, 1-1. And I wish I could tell you why Reyna is at second base because I don't understand how she got on first in that situation, but nevertheless, she moved to second on the fielder's choice.
They had to claim it was some kind of double interference. It was interference one way and interference the other way, but
that ball is lifted in the shallow left field. Shortstop goes out in the grass and makes the play. F6 for the third out of the inning. But for the Panthers in that inning, no runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. Scoreless. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Ooh, not Lady Panther.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Nothing but the best sports coverage for Medina Valley.
He really grows on you, doesn't he?
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the third, scoreless.
And don't forget, Maury, this inning is sponsored by Sunrise Restaurant in Uvalde, Texas, 510 West Main. If anybody's ever going through Uvalde or something, hey, stop in and give them. I haven't been there. The girls ate there last week, and they said it was great. And I plan on stopping by and getting me some enchiladas one of these days.
Davila leads off. First pitch is a strike bunting through it. She was a ground out victim in the first inning to the third baseman. So she is 0 for 1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2.
Well, it looked like Montez took a little something off of that one, Maury.
So now the 0-2 pitch. Davila fouls it back into the screen. The count stays at 0-2.
Maury, 2X Spurs are going into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Just announced. Tony Parker and Becky Hammond and Greg Popovich, 3 of them going into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
The 0-2 pitch. Line down the third base line, but foul. Congratulations to 2 out of those 3.
Yeah, no, congratulations to Popovich and Parker.
No.
They were both with them, through all the good times.
No.
Hammond came on late. She was a Silver Star, though.
Yep. The 0-2 pitch. Lined into center field for a base hit. So a leadoff single by Davila.
This is where you got to be careful, Maury. Third inning, you're at the top of the order. Leadoff gets on. Another 0-2 pitch. You're right, Maury. You can say it. Go ahead.
Olvera reached on a walk and was stranded at third in that inning, first inning. Takes that first pitch inside. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Kennedy and Chichester coming in hard at the corners.
Chichester's starting out a little too deep right now. She should be starting up a little closer.
The 1-0 pitch is inside, 2-0.
But now if you're Montez.
Yeah, congratulations to all 3 of those. The only reason that I just – when Coach Popovich started entering politics into the mix, he lost me.
That should be an out. That ball hit her, or at least a foul ball. Okay, it was foul.
So a foul ball, 2-1.
I'm not going to argue about what he argued about or anything about that, but I'm going to say
I don't watch my sports to hear politics.
Well, then don't watch the shows after, because that's when it happened, and the reporters asked him about these things. I mean, if people ask you about those things,
it's called no comment.
You can give your opinion. It's free speech. It's America.
Well, that's why.
But, don't
that's
watch
why
the
I don't root for him.
Don't watch the post game.
2-1. Foul back.
Foul.
2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Davila at first with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third.
I never liked Popovich because I didn't think he was a good coach. Now, that's a whole nother story. If he doesn't draft Tim Duncan and fire Bob Hill or David Robinson, if he doesn't draft David Robinson and fires Bob Hill right after or right before the fact.
2-2 pitch, grounder to Chichester over, and Jeff Dominguez had a hard time getting there.
That's the lack of experience at second base. So what do you tell your middle infielders when you have a runner on first base and less than 2 outs?
Cheat.
You've got to cheat the middle. Look where she's playing.
Yep.
She's playing way too far away, but she doesn't play second base, Maury, so she doesn't know that you've got to give yourself a little cheat there. So that's going to be I would give an E4 there.
Yep. Error on the play has runners at first and second with no outs.
And now you're in trouble.
That's going to bring up Catalina Alvarado. Alvarado flied out to Camacho for an out in the first inning.
And she hit the ball hard to Camacho.
The 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0.
So one thing that we discuss a lot more is having that crooked number, that inning. 1 run's okay. But if you give a crooked number here, you may find yourself at the outside looking in this game.
2-0 pitch. Inside, 3-0. Jocelyn Perez waits on deck for the Bobcats here as they have something brewing here in the bottom of the third. Pitch is taken all the way, a 4-pitch walk. That loads the bases for the Bobcats. That brings up Jocelyn Perez, the pitcher and also the cleanup batter. Perez walked in the first inning. Courtesy runner now for the catcher.
Got a pitch runner down at first base for the Bobcats, number 21, Jezebel Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, the courtesy runner at first.
21.
Davila at first. Olvera at second. Rodriguez at first. Perez steps to the plate with a chance to help her own cause here as the bases are juiced with Bobcats.
Another final score that didn't go the Panthers' way. The boys' soccer team has bowed out. They lost 3-1 to Leander in the area round of the playoffs. So congratulations to both the boys and the girls' team.
Ball is ripped into right left field. 1 run will score. The throw home from Castiglione, not in time. It's a good job of sliding in and home as Olvera around the tag. So an RBI double for Perez, or RBI single, by Perez. Drives in the first 2 runs of the ball game. As Alvarado moves to second on the play. Have another courtesy runner at first for the pitcher. Leha Lackey steps to the plate as Lackey popped up to Mingus to end the first inning. Now bats with 2 runners on. New scores 2-0 in favor of South San.
And you're not out of this yet, Mar. You still have yet to get an out.
Two hits in the inning. Leadoff single by Davila and then a single by Perez. Error sandwiched in between and then a base on balls. First pitch, bunted and foul. And Coach Castillo playing now for a couple of extra runs here as he
Absolutely.
Lackey tries to lay down a sacrifice bunt to move the runners to second and third with 1 out.
The old rule of thumb, there's no outs, Maury.
No, I said but the saying rule of thumb, sacrifice, yes.
The rule of thumb, first and second, nobody out, you bunt them over.
The 0-1 pitch, and that's a bunt foul. 0-2. So now no balls and 2 strikes. 2 courtesy runners on. 1 for the catcher, 1 for the pitcher. At first and second, respectively. The 0-2 pitch. Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lackey went the opposite way in the first inning, but it was caught by Guerrero at second base. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball down third, foul. Count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Or will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Lackey. That ball is lifted in the infield. That should be an infield fly.
And if you're smart, drop it.
As Upton catches it for the out.
We've said that a bunch, but it takes a lot of guts to drop it.
And Jeff, Upton caught that about 6 or 7 feet inside.
That's not her play.
That's not her play. She needs to be called off. Montez needs to be called off. That's the first baseman's ball.
Yep, absolutely.
But the Panthers do retire Lackey for the first out of the inning.
Good hustle, though, by getting it.
Robles will stand to the plate. She bunts it. Montez with the flip over in time for the put out.
Glove only. What a good play.
All right, nice play down there at first base. Did she save at first base?
No, she was out.
She's out at first base.
She was out.
So 1-3 for the put out. Runners advance to second and third with 2 outs now.
Yeah, he's questioning the call, but she was out. She
flipped
absolutely.
It with her
glove. And
it was a
beat her.
Great play by Montez. She had to go towards first base. Now, Coach Castillo is appealing this, but I do not see any way that this is overturned.
Well, we have seen judgment calls overturned this year, Maury.
Yes, we have. Jeff, we have seen a lot this year.
We saw that against Southwest.
We saw a ball being called foul because it went off home plate.
Because it hit home plate.
Okay.
All right, so let's move these runners around here.
Suarez steps to the plate now. Suarez is 0 for 1 as she flew out to Gonzalez in center field for the first out in inning number 2.
Good job.
So she's 0 for 1.
Good job of getting ahead there.
The 0-1 is foul back, 0-2. Great job here by Montez of settling down after the RBI single for Perez.
Somebody go holler at her not to throw it over the white part of the plate. She's shaking it off. Good.
The 0-2
She's
pitch
saying,
now.
I want the one on the black.
And delivers Just enough of it to foul it off. Count stays at 0-2. Runners at second and third. 2 outs. 2 runs across here via the RBI single by Jocelyn Perez, the 2 RBI single. The 0-2. Swing and a miss.
Down and away.
Good job by Montez of settling down here.
You know, you got to consider.
For the Bobcats in that inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 left on base. We go to the third. Panthers down 2-0. Go to the fourth. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers will send to the plate 5, 6, 7. Kennedy, Upton, and Camacho.
For the Panthers will be first baseman number 5, Mackenzie Kennedy.
So the Panthers trail now for the first time in the ball game, 2-0. First pitch to Kennedy is a strike called over the outside part of the plate, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Kennedy is outside, 1-1.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike. Panthers trail 2-0 here as they bat in the top of the fourth. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Panthers missed the golden opportunity to get ahead of Perez here in the first inning and stranded the bases loaded. Had 1 runner on in the third. That ball is lifted. Left fielder, right fielder calls off the second baseman. And Elias makes the play in right field. F9, if you're screwing that home for the first out in the inning. That's the third flyout of the ball game. 5 strikeouts, 1 ground out, 3 flyouts. As the catcher now, Kaylee Upton, steps to the plate.
Oh, Maury, I see your bald head on the screen. I guess we got a glare off of the window.
Oh, my.
Oh, boy.
Should I put on my cap?
No. Maybe you should stay over there a little bit out of screen. There you go. You're good.
Then I can't see the plate. First pitch is a swing and a miss, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is taken high, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Jeff, I'm still trying to go back to that earlier, that play in the inning before.
We're going to have to get an explanation after the game.
All I can think of, and I'll see what Perez delivers this 1-1 pitch. That ball is lifted into center field. Center fielder Lackey in, but the shortstop takes it right behind second base for the out. Olivera takes charge out there for the Bobcats. F6 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. That's said to the plate, Madison Camacho. And, Jeff, all I can think of is if there's a runner on base and say it's hit to the shortstop and the runner from second is going to third and bumps into the shortstop, that runner is out. The batter does get first base. But That ball was in fair ball territory.
That's because the shortstop wouldn't be fielding it and throwing it to first base because there was interference.
That's the only thing I think of.
But that ball was a pop-up, and it was caught.
And in foul ball territory.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, in foul ball territory, yeah. So it just doesn't make any sense.
So a strike called, 1 ball and 1 strike.
But, I mean.
1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs, no runners on here in the top of the 4th, 2-0 in favor of South San. Pitch is outside, 2-1.
Yeah, it is. Beautiful evening. Wind's blowing a little too much.
Camacho awaits the 2-1 pitch. Hit the third base, down for a base hit, right past the diving Suarez. So a 2-out single for Camacho.
Got a little
second hit of the ball game.
A little speed on the base now.
Kenley Crisp now steps to the plate. Kenley was a strikeout victim in inning number 2. Great job there with 2 outs by Camacho going the opposite way. Slapped it by a diving Suarez at third. First pitch to Crisp. Strike called. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. Lifted into right field. Right fielder cannot get it as it falls down for a base hit. Throw it third, not in time, and that's a bad decision there.
Yeah, good base running
in the outfield by Elias, as there's no reason she should have thrown that ball, as you had good speed with Camacho on the bases, and there was no way you were going to get her out. That enabled Chris with good base running to go to second base. That takes out the force at first. Let's see if that comes back to hurt the Bobcats here.
Yeah, not only does it take the force away, but it puts the tying run in scoring position. And you're up at the top of your order now.
No, you got Gonzalez at the plate now.
Oh, it's Gonzalez. I'm sorry.
Elena flew out to the left fielder to end
Don't be
inning number
surprised
2.
right here, Maury, to see her try to bunt her way on.
I would not have a problem with that. Got great speed.
As she cheats up a little bit in the box.
First pitch is ball outside, 1-0.
Another opportunity here for the Panthers, Maury, with runners and ducks on the pond.
And all this started with 2 outs. Perez checks the pitching chart on the wrist. Ground ball to short. Shortstop with the throw over just in time to get Gonzalez at first base. Olvera comes up throwing 6-3 for out number 3 for the Panthers in that inning. No runs on 2 hits. 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Panthers trail 2-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Broadcasting for Medina Valley, the state of Texas, America, and
space, the final frontier.
This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Bobcats will send to the plate 8, 9, and 1. Martinez, Elias, and Davila. Kiara Martinez is 0 for 1. She popped up to Kennedy for the second out of inning number 2. Takes that pitch down low, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch, outside and high, 2 balls and no strikes. Got your 8-9 hitters here. Need to retire them. Let Davila come up to the plate with nobody out. 2-0 pitch is high, 3-0.
Yeah, I think more in this situation right now, if it's a 4-pitch walk, I think you got to get her. After struggling a little bit in the last inning.
Ball 4-pitch walk to lead off inning number 4. That's the 4th walk of the ball game now, as that's going to send to the plate Trinity Elias. Elias is 0 for 1. She struck out to end inning number 2. You're probably going to see maybe a sacrifice here. Timeout is called. First pitch, squares around the bunt. Montez feels it and makes the throw. Nobody's covering third base, as Chichester did not get back there, as watched the ball being thrown to third and did not get over there in time. Great job of base running by Martinez. It's going to go as a sacrifice for Elias.
All right, with a runner on third.
1-3 for the putout. But we're going to go back to the top of the order with Kendra Davila. Kendra is 1 for 2, grounded out, single, and scored the first run of the ball game. And, Jeff, what looked like happened there is it looked like Montez had backed off and was going to yield to Chichester coming in hard from third. Montez fielded it, threw over to first. Chichester just watched the play happen at first, did not get back and cover third. A great job of running by Martinez from first to third.
This would be one of those instances where I would be playing the infield in right here.
Cut the runner off at home?
Yeah. I would be playing the infield in, cut the runner down. I mean, you're not scoring runs. And if you're not scoring runs, you can't keep giving them runs.
Davila fouls that one off down the third base line, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch.
Good pitch.
0-2, good location for Montez.
And that's a good pitch because she can't do anything with that ball.
And that was a good sacrifice by Elias. She gave herself up, enabled a runner to get the second. Just a heads-up job of running the bases, has a runner at third. Ball is lifted into shallow left field. Left fielder coming in, makes the play on her knees for the putout. Good job there by Castiglione in left field.
Wasn't sure which one had that ball.
F7 if you're scoring at home for out number 2. This is a big out here now coming up for Montez as Danielle Olvera steps to the plate. She is 0 for 1, walked, reached on an error, and scored the second run of the ball game. Takes that pitch inside for ball 1. As she scored on the 2 RBI single by Perez. Base rip down the third base line for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Olvera. Let's give her an RBI in the ball game. Give Martinez the run scored. As it's 3-0 now here in favor of the Bobcats. That'll bring up the catcher, Catalina Alvarado. She is 0 for 1, popped up to the right fielder and walked. Swing and a miss for strike 1. She was stranded at second base in the 2-run third inning. Steele down to second. Got her out. Good job by Upton. Caught stealing. 2-6 for the putout for out number 3 for the Bobcats in that inning. 1 run on 1 hit. 1 left on base. We're through 4. Medina Valley trailing 3-0. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Texas, 268,000 square miles and then some. twice as much elbow room as California. There's just no place like Texas. And you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Call State Farm agent Hazel Russell in Castroville at 830-931-3441.
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers will send to the plate 1, 2, 3 in the order. And, Jeff, going back to that bottom half of the fourth inning, 1 run scored. There was not an error in the books on the play, but as hard as that base hit was by Alvera, would the runner have scored from second? I don't know. Got second base on a sacrifice from first to third. A mental error might have caused you a run in that inning.
Right. Yep, mental error. Yep.
So Castiglione steps to the plate, 0 for 2, strikeout and reached on an error.
And you're right; those are the ones that don't show up in the line score.
Ball is lifted into right field. Right fielder going back and makes the play. Good job out there by Elias, as Castiglione put a charge into that one, but the wind affected that as it knocked it down. Reyna now steps to the plate. Reyna reached on a error and then reached on a, we still don't know what to score it.
Fielder's choice, I would assume.
I guess.
Fielder's choice on a foul ball.
First pitch. Ball high, 1 ball and no strikes. Bobcat fans did not really like that ball 1 call there. But Dominguez waits on deck. Perez checks the pitching chart. The 1-0 pitch. Lifted foul down the first base line. As the crowd cheers as that went off the netting, and Martinez caught it. And I can remember umpiring in Pinto, and somebody would have said, now that's an out. Oh, boy.
What would Julius have said? Can't say it on air?
Nope. The bunt is foul, 1 and 2. No, he probably would have just said, go read the rule book. I'm not even going to explain it.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
So 1 and 2 now is to count to Reyna. Panthers bat here in the top of the 5th, trail 3-0. 0-0-0 for the Panthers, 0-0-2-1 for the Bobcats. 3 runs across. That ball is ripped, a base hit, single by Reyna down the outstretched glove of the third baseman Suarez.
That ball was hit solid.
4th hit of the ball game now for the Panthers. That's going to bring to the plate Aubrey Dominguez. Dominguez singled and then hit a rocket at the first baseman Martinez, who robbed her of, would have been a double in the corner at least. So she's hit the ball hard twice for the Panthers. Let's see if she can do it again here.
Update from over at Medina Valley. The Panthers are in a dogfight in the looks like the top of the 4th inning, 2-2 with the Southside Cardinals.
Strike 1 called. Is that a dogfight if you got a cat and a bird?
Yeah, that's true. I can't call it a dogfight.
Call that Tom and Jerry. The 0-1. Fakes the bunt, pulls it back, 1-1.
She did bunt for a single earlier, but Dominguez is not traditionally a bunter. And they're crashing hard. Now, if your goal is to just get a runner into scoring position.
The 1-1 pitch.
Boy, she actually
taken, wow.
Looks like she went after that one.
2 balls and 1 strike. And Jeff, we're down 3-0. It's the 5th inning. I do not see how you can play this inning for 1 run.
You got 7 outs, 8 outs.
Dominguez bluffing the bunt, now pulls it back. Takes the pitch low, 3-1. This is the inning here for the Panthers. You have the meat of the lineup at the plate. You have a runner at first with Reyna with 1 out. 3, 4, 5 hitters in the lineup. Dominguez steps back in there with a 3-1 count. Perez checks the pitching chart. Pitch is lifted into right field. Right fielder goes. Foul ball as the wind blew that in foul ball territory as Elias gave that chase. But the ball just fell in foul ball territory as now the count is full on Dominguez. The wind has not subsided at all. Thought by evening or by sundown it may lay down, but it is not. Perez checks the dugout for the pitch. Full count. Lifted into left field. Left fielder doesn't even have to move as Robles retires Dominguez. F7 for out number 2. Dominguez got a good hold on it, but the wind just knocked that one right down to Robles. That's going to bring up the pitcher now, Alyssa Montez. Montez is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-up to the shortstop. Runner stays at first in Reyna.
Maury, down 3, do you try to steal a base here?
Swing, I do right now.
I think I would.
I do right now with a 0-1 count.
Yeah. Well,
right now.
because Montez looked so bad her first at bat, swinging at all those outside pitches, and that's first one she got. That's right where she went after.
So no balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Panthers with a base runner at first in Reyna. The 0-1. Base hit in the right field. Elias knocks it down. Avoids the runner from going to third. Does a good job of cutting that ball off. Ford went to the face, but then went to the fence. But a good job of Montez going the opposite way. So the Panthers now have runners at first and second.
Here you go again, Maury. You got the girl up at the plate you want, Mackenzie Kennedy. This is where, this is why she gets paid the big bucks, right? That's what they say. This is where you earn your keep. This is the one. This is the time. It's not in a 21-6 blowout, at Eagle Pass where you hit a home run or something like that. But this is where, legends are made. So you got to come through in this spot right here.
So a good job by Montez, down the count 0-1. First mistake, you could say, made by Perez inside the circle.
Yeah, she got that one a little bit on the white part of the plate. And
courtesy runner will be number 2. Haley Marshall will be the courtesy runner for Montez at first. As Kennedy steps to the plate now. Kennedy with a walk and a line out to Elias in right field. First time I've mentioned Marshall's name as a courtesy runner for the Panthers. Kennedy digs in. First pitch. Strike called, 0-1.
Now, you remember her first at bat when she came in with bases loaded, or first and second or whatever it was. Same situation, I believe, wasn't it? They kind of pitched around her. She never really got a pitch to hit. So let's see if they get something to hit, if she gets something to hit here.
The 1-0-1 pitch is ball. She actually came up at the plate, Jeff, and I asked you, do you pitch around them with runners? I know first base ain't open, but
it was
second base was open.
Yeah,
they were at first and third.
First and third.
And they walked her to load the bases and were able to get out of the inning. Kennedy waits on the 1-1 pitch that's lifted into right field. That's over Elias off the bottom of the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Mackenzie in a frenzy at second base with a 2-out RBI double.
There you go. She got the fat part of the plate on that one, and she put the fat part of the bat on that one, and it went, the right fielder's playing in close, so that was no doubt that was over her head.
Oh, no doubt about it. As Mackenzie in a frenzy with a 2-out double, 2 RBI. Tying run now just 120 feet away as we have a pinch batter now in the lineup.
It's Avery Nash.
Avery Nash will come to the plate as she will bat for Kaylee Upton.
Medina Valley Panthers will be number 21, Avery Nash.
As Upton was a strikeout victim and then popped up to the shortstop. She was 0 for 2. As Mackenzie Kennedy comes up with a big 2-out, 2 RBI double to bring the Panthers to within 3-2. Scoring position now at second with 2 outs. Nash digs in. Swing and a miss.
I was going to say, she's going to attack her right on that outside corner like she's been, trying to attack everybody. And Nash gave a rip at that first one on the outside.
Avery has a walk-off hit already for the Panthers against McCullum. The 0-1 pitch is fouled it back, 0-2. That was at home against McCullum during spring break. A matinee affair for the Panthers. That game was called by Dwayne Garza and his son Garrison. 0-2 now. Let me move my bald head out of the screen. Perez checks the dugout for the pitch. Good job by Nash calling timeout. Break up the rhythm here by Perez. Panthers have inched closer, 3-2. A 2-out RBI double. 3-2 lays off ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Camacho waits on deck should Nash extend inning number 5 for the Panthers. Avery waits the 1-2 pitch from Perez. Ball is rocketed down the line, but foul.
Tried to come inside on that one, and Nash was having none of that as that went way out.
Yep.
Down the left field line. Now she needs to gather herself right here because the next pitch is
might be on the outside.
On the outside. That was kind of a setup pitch right there.
So Avery steps out, gathers herself. Now steps back in and waits the 1-2 pitch from Perez. It's on its way high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runs in the inning for the Panthers. As Medina Valley has inched closer, 3-2 now. They've scored the first 2 runs off the year so far through a game and 4.5 off Perez. Ball is lifted down to third base, but just foul. I say just foul, about 10 feet foul.
That was one of those mistakes. She got it in over the plate, and quick hands of Nash got it way out in front of it.
Avery just could not hold up on that one, but nevertheless fouls it off, stays alive here, 2-2. Takes a deep breath, couple of little check swings. Same routine, gathers herself back in. The 2-2 pitch, just fouled. This is a great battle here between Nash and Perez. This is the opportunity the Panthers have been looking for since they stranded the bases loaded in the first inning. All of this, I say all of it, most of it has come with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. Check swings off the glove. Good job by Kennedy holding up as Alvarado got that ball and got it quick in front of her.
I thought Kennedy had taken off out of the corner of my eye, and I thought there might be a play at third, but very smartly she held up.
As Pink Floyd would say, out of the corner of your wandering eye. Full count now to Nash. Perez checks the dugout, and now the pitching chart. Avery waits the full count pitch. Ball is lifted high into left field. Left fielder will have it. And Jeff, you got to say if the wind ain't blowing that ball in, It may go out, but the wind held that one up as Nash gave it a charge, but comes up short. F7 for out number 3. What a great at bat, but it turns out to be an out for the Panthers. But in that inning, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 left on base. We're through 5.5. The Panthers trail 3-2. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or lease a Texas edition for $450 a month with 0 down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We have a 5th inning stretch, a new member of the advertising, and Jeff's going to tell you who that is.
New advertiser here, Sophia's Pizzeria, located on 15284 Petrenko Road in San Antonio.
Pizza,
calzone, subs, wings, and mini pasta specialties. Come by and feed your family for a reasonable price. Order online. Call us at 210-354-7618 or visit us in person. Go like us on Facebook at Sophia's Pizzeria, Texas, and be entered to win a chance at a $25 gift certificate. Did you hear that, Maury?
Yes,
Go
I
like
did.
it on at Sophia's Pizzeria, Texas, or TX. Pizzeria, Sophia's Pizzeria, Texas, and be entered to win a chance at a $25 gift certificate. Just tell them that you heard it on MVBN.
Joshin Perez gives that ball a charge, but center fielder Gonzalez goes back and catches it right on the warning track. That's back-to-back fly balls, hit by one by the Panther and one by South Sand. And I believe if the wind isn't blowing in, they're out of here. But nevertheless, Gonzalez runs it down on the warning track for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up
I missed that pitch. Ball.
Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Ball is lifted at Gonzalez, playing her just perfect there for the out.
That was almost like a rover. She was way over there playing her. So I'm going to go ahead, Maury, and I'm going to put a link on our Facebook page so people can go to Sophia's Pizzeria.
So back-to-back flyouts to the center fielder Gonzalez. That's going to bring up Leah Lackey, the center fielder. Lackey is 0 for 2. Popped up to Dominguez at second, and then a pop-up to Upton for the 0 for 2. Takes that pitch for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is off the plate, 1-1. I don't want no Pink Floyd fans texting in that I don't know the lyrics because I don't know if it's Wandering Eye or Watering Eye. Ball is lifted in the right field. Right fielder with it. A quick inning of work by Montez. That's just what the doctor ordered. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the 6th. The Panthers trailing 3-2. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Medina Electric Cooperative was built by this community more than 80 years ago to deliver safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
The Medina Valley Broadcast Network. We lead, they follow. This is the Medina Valley Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. We head to the top of the 6th. Panthers will send to the plate Camacho, Crisp, and Gonzalez. Madison Camacho is 1 for 2, a strikeout and a single. Left-handed batter in the lineup for the Panthers. Perez back out there. Great inning of work by Montez, getting out in 3 quick flyouts. Panthers within 1, 3-2. Ball is bunted. Great location. The speed, they're not going to get her. Infield single for Camacho. She bunted that ball right past the pitcher. Suarez charging in from third, and she got it by Suarez. It's a great job there.
That'll be a single for Madison Camacho.
Another hit for the Panthers.
Batting next for the Panthers. Shortstop.
That's a 7th hit for the Panthers. Kinley Crisp now steps to the plate. Crisp with a strikeout and a single. She is 1 for 2.
She don't look like she's bunting, but
ball is
she
popped
should have
up to
been.
the second baseman for the out.
What?
F4 if you're scoring at home for out number 1 in the inning.
All right, batting with a runner.
That's 8 flyouts now in the ball game. 5 strikeouts, 2 groundouts.
Maury, there's no. I don't understand that. You're bunting her over. You're getting that girl to second base, and you're letting these others try to get her in to tie this game.
Gonzalez steps to the plate now.
Now
Throw down to second, not in time, as that's a stolen base.
Yeah. She's got the speed to do it. That was a great break.
Pitch was ball 1 on Elena Gonzalez. Elena is 0 for 2, flew out to Robles in left, and then grounded out to Olvera on a hard hit ball when the Panthers had 2 runners on base. But it was just right at Olvera at short. I made a good throw just to edge Gonzalez at first. Fake bunt. Pulls it back. 1 ball.
Is that 1 ball or 2 balls?
I think it's 2 balls. I think it's 2-0.
I think it's 2-0. I got 2-0. Because the first one was a steal.
2 balls and no strikes. Number 9 hitter, runner at second with 1 out. Panthers trail by a run. Ball low, 3-0. Top of the order in Castiglione waits on deck here.
It's definitely a take situation here, Maury. If Coach Mateo has that in her bag of tricks, take it. You're taking. You're one.
I would take 2 in a row. Ball 4.
Ball 4.
Only the second walk issued in the ball game by Perez.
You sure? I thought you had 2 in the first inning.
No, error and a walk.
Okay.
So now Castiglione steps to the plate. Morgan is 0 for 3. A strikeout reached on an error, and then a fly out to the center fielder in Lackey. Panthers with a little rally going here in the 6th, trailing 3-2. Ball is chopped foul. Good job by Suarez letting it go foul, and then picks it up real quick. 0-1 now to Castiglione. Reyna waits on deck. Reyna coming off of a hard hit single and scored the first run of the ball game for the Panthers. Castiglione waits on the 0-1 pitch from Perez. Ball is bunted foul. Castiglione now down in the count, 0-2. Now all you want is Morgan to put the ball in play somewhere, make the Bobcat defense make a play. Got great speed on the bases here for the Panthers. Probably 2 of your faster runners.
No, those are the 2 fastest runners right there, Gonzalez and Camacho.
But Morgan down now in the count, 0-2. And the pitch.
Okay, now this, in her first at bat, she was in the same situation, and Perez kept attacking her on the outside until she could get that called third strike, which she finally did. Morgan fought off a whole bunch of them.
Fought off 3 2-strike pitches.
So she's just got to be aware and just keep fighting those pitches off until she gets one she can handle that she can punch over the third baseman's head.
The 0-2 outside.
And then that's a good pitch, so she'll start working her way back in now.
Yeah, that was a good job by Perez pitching away.
Yeah.
Castiglione does a great job of batting, not chasing that pitch off the plate. 1-2 now is the count with runners at first and second. Panthers trailing 3-2 here in the top of the sixth. The 1-2 pitch. That ball is lifted into center field. Center fielder, what a play, catches it on the run and going to double up, and there's no reason you need to be off the base right there. You got to make sure that ball falls. Wow. F8 for out number 2, and then 8-6 for out number 3, and that ends the inning for the Panthers. No runs on 1 hit, 1 left on base. Wow, what a play out there by Lackey diving. Robin Castiglione of a single and a double up on the play, and that's going to do it in the inning for the Panthers in the 6th. No runs, no hit, 1 hit. 1 left on base. We're through 5.5. Panthers trail 3-2. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Peerless Equipment, your South Texas irrigation experts. Peerless Equipment specializes in sales and service of irrigation equipment to the agricultural and wildlife industries. This includes hose reels, big guns, pivot systems, underground pipelines, turbine well pumps, booster pumps, motors, valves, and an inventory of much more. Stop by one of their locations in Hondo and Pearsall, or give them a call at 210-434-7867. Peerless Equipment, bringing water to you.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you
MVBN.
Welcome back to Panther softball as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 6, 7, and 8. Robles, Suarez, and Martinez. Robles singled and then grounded out to the pitcher, so she is 1 for 2. Montez with a high pitch outside. Not sure what the first pitch was. I think it was a strike. I think it's 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
To Robles. See if Montez can have another quick inning as she had in the 5th, bottom of the 5th. Ball call, 2-1.
Well, either way, let's see, 1, 2, 3. You're going to be facing the top of the order at some point in the 7th.
Let's hope.
You want to get.
Let's hope.
You don't want to face them right now.
Or a rip into center field. So Robles with her second hit of the ball game. She put a charge into that one.
That's what happens when you get behind in the count. You know, you get behind in the count and you find yourself trying to find more of the plate. And Montez, she's pitched a good game, but that one's just too much of the plate when you're down in the count.
Suarez steps to the plate, flew out to the center fielder, and then was a strikeout victim. She fouls that one back out of play, 0-1.
Now, if I'm Castillo, I'm trying to play for another run. I don't know. He looks like he's playing for a big inning. He barks out some signals over there, but I would think about bunting over right here. And there he is.
Bunts through it, 0-2.
Maybe that's why she didn't bunt on the first pitch.
Well, maybe she missed the signal on the first pitch.
Well, maybe she missed it. But, you know, we talk about this a lot. Or we don't talk about this a lot, excuse me. Those coaches, they practice with those girls 3 days a week, sometimes 5 times a week. They know these girls a lot better than you and I, you know, better than a lot of people. So the coaches know who can do what.
Yep.
And that may be not one of her strengths. So, you know, he lets her swing away on the first pitch. The next pitch he says, okay, I'm going to give you one swing, and if you don't get it, you know, we're going to go ahead and bunt this one over.
So Suarez steps back into the plate, the 0-2 pitch. That ball is lifted in the infield. Upton in foul ball territory makes the play. Good job by Kaylee locating that ball in this wind. That was a tough one as she brings it in for out number 1.
Yeah,
second put out of the ball game for Upton.
We saw her last week have kind of the same play and overrun it. So it was a good job. A lot of foul ground territory here for her to make adjustments.
That ball is hit the McKenzie at first. Kennedy with it. First throw over, knocked down by the shortstop. 3 unassisted for the put out as Robles moves to second base.
Maury, right there, she had plenty of time to get that lead runner and get that lead out and to possibly have – she was a little bit further removed from the base, so she had to take 2 or 3 steps to get to first base. Nonetheless, they got an out, so 2 outs.
Trinity Aaliyah steps to the plate. Trinity a strikeout and then laid down a sacrifice. That turned out to be a good sacrifice as Martinez went from first to third and ended up scoring on a 2-out single.
And this is the 9-hole.
By Olvera.
Right, 9-hole.
Yes. You need to retire her, and hopefully you'll see Davila in the 7th inning with the Panthers tying this ball game up or going ahead in the top of the 7th. Ball 1. 1-1. Pitches is lifted in the infield. Kennedy calls it. She's called off by Montez for the putout. F1 if you're scoring at home for the out. So after a leadoff single, 3 straight retired, 1 left on base. We head to the 7th. Panthers need to score a run. Panthers softball will continue in just a moment.
Are you ready for a vacation? Tanya with Travel by Design can help you with all your vacation destination needs. At no cost to you, she can plan all of the details tailored to your unique wants and needs. So all you have to do is enjoy your vacation. Tanya is a certified expert with Disney, Universal Orlando, and California, Sandals, and all cruise lines. Give Tanya a call at 830-931-4834 or visit her Facebook page, Tanya with Travel by Design, for all the latest specials and must-do vacations. Bush's Chicken, one of the oldest locations in Castroville, is proud to serve the Medina Valley area. Bush's Chicken has one goal: be the best. Bush's Chicken knows its success comes from loyal customers in the communities they serve. Stop by Bush's Chicken on Tuesday and get the Tender Tuesday deal, or try their buffalo fries and ask about their Panther special. It's always a hit. Bush's Chicken, 935 Highway 90 East in Castroville. Call them at 830-538-2800.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Reyna singled and scored the first run of the ball game on Kennedy's 2-out double.
Got to try.
She has a run scored, reached on a single, reached on an error, and then reached on a, we still don't know what to call it. Fouls that one back, 0-1. Panthers have the perfect opportunity here, 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. You have the heart of the lineup here up for the Panthers.
Yeah, and once again, we want to thank the Rusty Rooster Drive-Thru, the Sunrise Restaurant in Uvalde, Texas, and Sophia's Pizzeria.
Rayner rips that one down the first base line, but foul. Falls down the count now, 0-2. Yeah. Need to battle tough up there now. Elisa, like you have all ball game.
Sophia's Pizzeria, located over off of Petrenko.
I was going to ask you now, what is a calzone?
Calzone is one of those, it's like a pizza roll. It's got all the stuffing inside of it.
Okay.
It's got all the pizza stuff stuffed inside of it.
Oh, I am so hungry right now. The 0-2 pitch, down low, 1-2. Pizza.
Is that what's for dinner?
I don't know. Something on Military Drive is for dinner, and I don't know. I passed a lot of good restaurants on the way. Passed a lot of good restaurants, and I bet I never passed one tire shop. About 40 of them. Yeah. All the same color. 2-2. All yellow and red or yellow and blue.
Oh, that's what.
And if you want Mexican food, oh man. This is a perfect part of town because it is delicious. Wow, inside. I think it's 3 balls and 2 strikes as Reyna has battled back from 0-2 to fill the count.
Tell you what,
boy, would you love to get Elisa Reyna on here.
He hadn't
as the leadoff.
He hadn't called that inside pitch all night.
Nope.
You know what?
And he's not giving in now.
Heck of a pitch though.
Oh, it was a great location, but he ain't called it all night. Good job by Reyna realizing that. The payoff pitch. Good job as she fouls it off. Panthers are making Perez work for it here tonight. 0-0-0-0-2-0 for the Panthers. 0-0-2-1-0-0.
You know, hey, no matter what happens tonight, I guarantee you this is one of the best games that's been played in this district this year.
Oh, absolutely.
You've got one of the defending champions playing against a team that's just come down from 6A and ran through the first round of district by run ruling just about everybody. It's a great game tonight.
The payoff pitch once again. That ball is lifted into center field. Center fielder in. And why should I not think she makes the catches? She just made a great catch to end the inning on a double play, a fly out and a put out. F8 if you're scoring at home. And what an at bat by Reyna, just comes up empty.
Yep.
40 out.
Thought she had the pitch she could handle there, and she hit it hard.
And Jeff, 10 flyouts in the ball game for Perez. 10 flyouts.
Only 5
Ks, 2 ground outs.
You know,
the wind, you can say, has played a big part of this ball game with the flyouts.
It really has, but she hasn't had a strikeout in quite some time, and so the Panthers have made adjustments since that first.
No, the last time she had a strikeout was when she struck out 2 out of 3 in the second inning.
That's true. 1 out.
So 1 out in the inning as the Panthers will send to the plate Aubrey Dominguez. Dominguez singled, hit a rocket at the first base of Martinez. Martinez got a glove on it, kept it in the infield, robbed Dominguez of a double. And then Dominguez hit a shot into left field, but it was wind aided and caught by Robles. So Aubrey is 1 for 3 tonight as Coach Castillo went out there and talked to his pitcher a little bit. As the Panthers now are 2 outs away from extending this ball game. So they need to push a run across here. Dominguez steps to the plate with 1 out. Aubrey in tight over the base. First pitch is a strike called, 0-1.
Now it looks like Perez has made a adjustment of how she's pitching them this inning. She's starting to go back inside, whereas before everything was outside.
Looks like the Panthers will have a pinch hitter on deck as Montez has just been removed from the circle. 0-2 now. And I'm not sure. I don't see the number on that young lady.
That looks like Mackenzie Vallejo.
Looks like Mackenzie Vallejo will step to the plate. But at the plate right now, Dominguez down in the count, 0-2. Aubrey, one of your leaders for the Panthers this year. The 0-2.
Interesting.
Way high, 1-2.
Interesting you would have a pinch hitter coming up, Maury, whenever Montez just singled her last at bat.
And it was a rocket.
Yeah. Baseball score, top of the 6th. 2-2 still.
Good pitching battle going on. Same with here. Rocketed right up the middle of shortstop with a great play and makes it as Olvera cuts it off from going into the outfield. I thought that was a single for Guerrero, not Guerrero, for Dominguez. And wow, what a play by Olvera as Jeff Dominguez hit that ball, but great play by the shortstop.
This is
6-3 for out
Vallejo,
number 2.
Number 9? What's her number?
Mackenzie Vallejo, number 3, now stepping to the plate for the Panthers.
All right, batting out for the Panthers, number 3, Mackenzie Vallejo.
So 1 out away as, wow, Dominguez hit a rocket. But what a play by Olvera at shortstop. Wow. So Vallejo steps in, takes the first pitch for a strike. And we've seen some great plays out there by both teams on defense. And we've seen 2 of them, 2 gems in the last 2 innings for South San. In Lackey at center and now Olvera. And that ball is fouled out of play. Panthers are 1 strike away. Wow, Jeff. And Montez just came off her last at bat with a rocket single. Vallejo now digs in. Perez checks the pitching chart. The 0-2 pitch to Vallejo, and she fouls it back. So Vallejo battling hard there for the Panthers. Panthers are 1 out away, 1 strike away. From falling to 5-3, South San would improve to 8-0. Perez checks the pitching chart, the 0-2 pitch. That ball is lifted into right field. Right fielder a couple of steps in and makes the play in Elias. 1-2-3 inning for the Panthers. And the Panthers go down, Jeff, 3-2. But what a battle. So we saw a great game here, but the Panthers fall short, 3-2. Panther softball will continue in just a moment.
Nobody
Save
can design,
thousands at the
create, or maintain
Chevrolet
your
Dealer
lawn
of the
better.
Year.
3D
North Park
Landscaping and
Chevrolet in
Irrigation. With over
Castroville.
17
Get a
years of
new
experience,
Silverado
owner Ray
posted
Doyen
at
and his crew take pride in their
$37,999. Or
craftsmanship
Lisa
and
Texas
service.
Edition
They're
for
fully insured,
$450 a
offer
month
free
with zero
estimates
down.
and multiple
All
references.
new Equinoxes
So you
are
know you're getting the
$4,000
best.
off.
3D
And new
Landscaping,
Malibus
lawn
are
maintenance,
$5,000
irrigation,
off.
tree
Plus,
installation,
get
lighting, and more. Whether it's
4.99%
residential or
financing for
commercial,
72
3D
months.
Landscaping and
Find
Irrigation
new
has
roads
you
at North Park
Give 3D a
Chevrolet,
call,
10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at
find us online at
mpchevy.com.
threedlandscaping.com.
The Medina Valley Sports Boosters are proud to support the Medina Valley Panthers. The Boosters are always looking for volunteers and new members. The MVP Boosters raise funds to support the MVISD sports and scholarship programs. Get your Panther swag at the football store located next to the concession stand. We have several items on sale. Join, volunteer, or purchase your Panther swag today at mvpboosters.com.
Save thousands at the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year, North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get a new Silverado posted at $37,999 or Lisa Texas Edition for $450 a month with zero down. All new Equinoxes are $4,000 off, and new Malibus are $5,000 off. Plus, get 4.99% financing for 72 months. Find new roads at North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville, or at npchevy.com.
And affordable energy. We are proud to serve this community beyond the power lines. You can find us supporting your kids' Little League, sponsoring school events, hosting safety presentations, and more. We're honored to belong to this community. Keep up with Medina Electric from the power lines to the sidelines on social media or at medinaec.org.
Welcome back to Panther Softball, sponsored by North Park Chevrolet. Panthers fall in this ball game 3-2, but not from a lack of effort as the Panthers battle back from a 3-0 deficit to make it to 3-2, but just could not come up with what they needed. And Jeff, player of the game, sponsored by Tanya Travel by Design, and we're going to have to give it to the center fielder for South San, Leah Lackey, as she came up with a great play, double play to end the inning when the Panthers looked like they were going to at least tie the ball game up. A diving catch in center field and then another catch in the 7th inning. And the player of the game goes to Leah Lackey for the South San Bobcats, who changed the complexion of this ball game, Jeff, with that diving play in center field.
First and second base with one out. She dives and makes that play for the second out, and then she doubles up the runner at second base for the third out when the Panthers were threatening and they, would have possibly had the top of the order up. That was the bottom of the order that was on base. It just changed the, complexion of the game.
Yep.
And Panthers get one there. It's a tie game. You never know what's going to happen, So, congrats goes off to the South San Bobcats. I don't think they were expecting quite the effort that the Panthers gave here, but the Panthers went down like a defending champion, and they gotta put this behind them now. The old adage, 24 hours. You let it go, and you got to get ready for the next game because Southwest is coming to town Friday night, and it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a great one. Southwest Medina Valley is always great, and wouldn't expect anything else Friday night back at Medina Valley.
No, and you got to forget about this one. Panthers fought valiantly here, but just came up one run short and could not extend the ball game. And Montez did a great job. In the inning that they gave 2 runs, Jeff, we had a big error, and what do you do?
It looks like we're about to get out of here without lightning.
Lightning detection, 2.7 miles away. So we're going to pack up and we're going to head out.
Let me see. Let me get a boys score for you real quick. And if anybody's still listening, we encourage you to go over to the boys game and finish watching that one over there on Medina Valley Broadcast Network. It is currently 2-2 in the bottom of the 6th.
2-2 in the bottom of the 6th. So I want to say, come on, Panthers, let's pull this one out here at home.
Yeah, against Southside Cardinals.
Against Southside Cardinals. But we are going to say good night for Jeff Stivers. I'm Maury Stein saying good night and God bless.